Well, hello there. Welcome to my show. For my very first episode, I want to talk about something a little personal. I want to talk to you about a story that left me thinking long after I finished it. It's called The Tunnel to Summer, The Exit of Goodbyes. It's a story by Mei Hashimoku, a great storyteller. It's a beautifully written story with a simple but haunting idea. What if you could enter a tunnel that gives you what you desire most, but every moment you spend inside takes years off your life? That's the question these two characters face, and that's what I want to talk about today: sacrifice and the value of time. When I read this story, I keep asking myself, what would I trade my time for? And it made me think about a time in my life when I kind of did that. There was a point where I got so focused on trying to prove something, whether it was through school, my image online, or just always trying to keep up, that I stopped being present. I was physically there with people, but mentally, I was somewhere else. And looking back now, I wonder how much of that time I really lived. It's easy to think you have time to fix things later, but later isn't always guaranteed. That's something this story makes painfully clear. When we hear the word sacrifice, we often think big: giving up on your life for someone, throwing yourself into danger, or walking away from something important. But sacrifice can be quieter. It can look like letting go of a dream so someone else can chase theirs. It can look like giving up time, your most limited resource, for something you believe in. In this story, the main character, Karu, enters the Urashima Tunnel to chase a wish, a loss he can't accept, a goodbye that came too soon. And what he's willing to give up is time, years of his life slipping away inside a tunnel that feels like a dream. But here's the thing: we do this too. Every day, in small ways, we trade time for school, work, relationships, entertainment. And that's not always bad. But the question is, are we aware of what we're giving up? There's a moment in the story that really stood out to me. Karu walks through the tunnel, knowing that it's costing him years, literally years of his life. But he does it anyway. And it's not just for himself, it's for someone he lost. That tells you something: that love and regret can be stronger than fear, even stronger than death. Another powerful detail is the way time works differently inside the tunnel. That's such a strong metaphor for how we experience time in real life. When we're grieving or going through something hard, time can feel either painfully slow or it passes without us realizing. Just like Haru, sometimes we don't even know what we're giving up until it's already gone. Time. Time is the only thing you can't get back. You can lose money and earn it again. You can break something and fix it again. But once time is gone, it's gone. In the tunnel to summer, the characters realize this too late. The tunnel offers something beautiful, but it demands something brutal. And the scariest part, they choose it anyway. So what are we choosing? Every time we say yes to something, we're saying no to something else. We spend hours trying to be perfect online. We're sacrificing presence in real life. When we hold on to the past too tightly, we give up the moments happening now. Karu's story is sad, but it's also a mirror. There's this quote I found while thinking about this episode. It says, time is what we want most, but what we use worst. William Penn. And that's real. We always say things like, I don't have time, but maybe what we really mean is, I don't realize how valuable it is. So I want to ask you, what's something you keep putting off because you think you'll have more time? Who's something you've been meaning to call, text, or spend more time with? What's one thing you're doing right now that might not be worth the time it's taking from you? Maybe today's the day you do something about it. Maybe the story, this tunnel, isn't a fantasy at all. Maybe it's a symbol for how we're all trading time every day without even seeing it. Here's the thing, we don't get a tunnel with glowing lights and rules written out for us. We don't get a clear trade, this moment for that wish. Instead, the tunnel we walk through is everyday life. The price we pay is often invisible. It's the hours we spend comparing ourselves to strangers online. It's the days we don't say what we really mean to the people we care about. It's the weeks we spend waiting for the right time to live. Sometimes it's okay. We need rest. We need distractions. We're not robots. But sometimes it's not okay. Sometimes we let time slip away because we think there'll always be more. So if you're listening to this, consider this your reminder. Don't wait for a magical tunnel to give you permission to act. Start now with what you have, with who you are. Because time is limited, but what you do with it, that's where the real magic is. Here's a question to think about. If you had a tunnel like this in your life, what would you walk into it for? Love, closure, a second chance? And just as important, what would you be willing to lose? Sacrifice isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes we give up comfort for growth, or time for someone we love. That's beautiful. But other times, we trade away things that matter, chasing things that never really fill the gap. The real tragedy isn't what the tunnel takes, it's what we didn't realize we had until it was already gone.